our class is starting from such point that now they will explain some, let's say, small concepts of minor methods. Because, for instance, the main question which I asked is why, if we have a second order of minor, we found this when we try to find and its determinant not equal to 0. When we are going to the higher order, we need to consist the second order inside of it. So it's help us to reduce drastically amount of calculating, and they will try to explain.
Fine. Okay. 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 Yes, we have this kind of matrix, 4 by 3. It can be 5 by 3, just for an example. Okay, let's do this 2 by 2 matrix, A, B, D, and let's assume we have determinant not equal to 0, because we need some kind of matrix that's not equal to 0, and it's easy to find, usually. So, not equal to 0. Okay, if, that means that AD vector and BE vector aren't linearly dependent. So, by this we can say that ADG and BEH vectors also linearly independent. Yes?
Yes.
Yes. Okay. Let's try to if. Sorry. Yes, my bad. Okay. And let's take third column. C, F, Y, I. If we will find that determinant is not equal to 0, it's okay. If determinant is 0, that means we need to find another one. If, then we should take another matrix A, D, G, B, E, H, C, or not C, X equals Z. And if both cases equal to 0, that means we don't need to look our case like this, or I don't know, some other case like first row and this two. We don't need, because if these two linearly independent, that means that this one is dependent to this, and this also dependent to this, and they will be also linearly dependent. And because of this, we will know that we have only two linearly independent vectors in matrix, and other linearly dependent to these two. And we don't need to try find determine B, E, H, C, F, Y, and X, Y, Z, because we already know that this is dependent to this and to this. That's why we don't need try all variants.
Okay, so at least Timocha explained almost the same idea. Am I right?
Yes?
No, why? You explained it previously, I mean, directly to me.
And I explained it to everybody. I don't know, maybe I did it bad because in Russian for me it was easier. But in English it,
We have lace.
Okay, yes, I will try to explain if
the material.
if some
Education material. Oh shit.
Oh shit, here we go again.
Okay, your turn.
No, let's about try. Let's do it after class because we have quite important material for the test too. We don't need it on the test too.
Yes.
But as I explain, so again, if you didn't get, we have two experts, they will explain.
Yes.
Okay. What else? Where is double shishkanya? Where is your second slave? Okay. So, come to the. Okay. As you remember, I made a regain, and we made a mistake in calculations. So these two guys won the first prize. So, где там? Соколов Ярослав. Максим. Okay, and it helps you to sit on this bottle if you want to. Okay, so nice. So guys, don't read this. It's from previous time. Today we have a bit another story. Pay attention. So today, first of all, I asked the question about. You asked me why do we need these curve, second order curves? Why we are learning this? So answer from Ivanov. We just exceed our horizons and add new neural connections in your brain. To sum up, it's useless. Okay, but actually, I'd like to say that this kind of topic might help you to understand change basis a bit later. You'll understand why. But the second case, when you want to understand the more advanced topics, like complete surfaces, like based on splines, you need to know this material. It's like, let me say, prerequisite. So if you know this, you can easily go to the complete surfaces, to game development, CAD developing, 3D designing. I mean, what you want to call 3D designing. So in these terms, it's helpful just to, let's say, to get acquainted with these methods. If you are just want to be a Java monkey, in this case, of course, this is Java. Да, Java макака. Еще не знаешь, что это термин? Okay, Java macaque is just I'm coding. Okay. So the goal for today is we need to prepare the second test. What's the idea? First of all, we will look at the tasks which will be on the second test. After this, we need to understand how to solve them, what do we need for this, and we'll prepare a cheat sheet for this. Unfortunately, from the first group, we just finished on this. We spent whole time on making a cheat sheet, but it really helped them, I'm sure of it, because we explored material much deeper than before. So it's our goal today. Because we can know how to solve the task, but we can understand why it works like this. And it's our goal. And also my goal for today is to give you another concept how to think in terms of math, for algebra, in terms of algebra, in terms of everything. So it's our goal. I will show you the tasks. Who have opened today's lab? At least opened. Okay. Only you? I see.
I just opened.
I told you that you know that when you make a thesis, if you make a folder called thesis, you already did a pass. You already make half of the work. Yes. 50% of your thesis is done. Okay. So we made this lab with Gordetsky 3 years ago, and it's the reason why I have answers. You don't have answers in your, but I have it. So look at the first task. What do we need to do there? So to sum up, what we need to do?
Complete the equation to Pascal and find.
So we have general equation. We are going through the canonical equation. Nice. Why do we need canonical equation?
It's easier to see coefficients which describe to get HK,
Why do we need HB and so on?
Right center to sketch the graph.
I cannot sketch a graph when I have the general equation. It's for me it's easier. I just need to put number x and I will find y and so on. It's for me it's easier. Okay, so could you summarize it, make it more general?
It's easier to find
Can,
eccentricity and verticity.
so do you want to say that you can find eccentricity for general equation?
It's easier. I can found. I think it will. We can found it by general equation, but it's easier
How?
in conventional.
Do you know how to do this?
No.
Who knows? Can you
By
find
eccentricity.
eccentricity from general equation?
Usually
How?
you just have some formulas and some coefficients.
So do you know equation how to find eccentricity? Some
A
particular form?
square equal b square multiplied by range 1 minus e square range. And therefore we can find e just from a and b coefficients.
Do you have a and b coefficients in general equation?
We can talk about canonical equation.
So now the question was that if you have a canonical equation, we can find anything else. If we have general equation, we cannot do almost nothing with it. So our main, what again? How to get it? We train it there.
From general equations, can you get canonical equations?
And then yes, now we are talking about algorithm, because I'll go from this task. We need to prove this ellipse. How can we prove it?
By describe.
Discriminant. So who knows how to do it with discriminant? Raise your hand. Okay. Yeah, do you know it? How? So could you explain? No. Okay, you know, you found equation, but what's the goal? What's the idea of it? Nice, but why it works like this? Who knows? Okay. So you know that you can find the form using discriminant, but you don't know why it works like this. Do we need to know this? It's other story right now, but okay, we know this stuff. What else?
We can try to describe such ellipse with directrix and focuses, and if we can do such things, therefore it is ellipse, because we can describe ellipse from through directrix only one way.
How do you take directrix in general form?
I don't know.
Okay. So to sum up, if we have a canonical form, we already proved it. When you have canonical form, it's already proved that you have such form. Because when you have plus in the center, it's ellipse. Minus is hyperbola. If you don't have one x square or y square, in this case you have a parabola. So it's already proved. So in this case, word proof is not very convenient. It's not a proof, it's more like you can show that it's either using discriminant or using this one. Okay, we need to find axes, asymptotes, directrices, foci, center, and so on. We need to find everything else. Also, we have other tasks like find the equation of lines tangent to the curve. How can we do this? Derivative, what else?
Point to find c. So the equation is y equal to mx plus b.
What's the easier method rather than to take a derivative of this?
Like it's parallel to the line that mean they have same m or same tangent.
Actually, you already have equations for this. You can just convert it again to canonical form, and you have canonical form. You can have a tangent form. This. Okay. So, have you opened the task from previous? Do you remember the task from previous lab? What was the goal of this task? What was the idea? What do you need to know? What you need to find
In the previous lab.
on the previous lab? What we had such tasks, several tasks. So, what was the goal of these tasks? What do you need to find?
Know the equation.
What?
To know equation for ellipse and parabola and hyperbola, and to know how to write it or to find it.
Grisha, do you understand what I'm talking about? Because now you look like you want to sleep. Go to sleep, as I did in previous classes, you remember. So to sum up, as Lace mentioned, I agree with him that our goal to right now to write our cheat sheet where consists of all equations for all type of curves, parabola, hyperbola, and ellipse. Because if we know this and we know how to convert from general to canonical, in this case we can solve all tasks. Because when we're going to canonical, you just open your cheat sheet and look, okay, I know this, this, and this, I need to find this, this, and this, and you just need to understand how to go from one to another. If you have A, B, and eccentricity, in this case, probably you can solve everything. At least according to your thoughts, and probably at least somebody said it from last tables. If you disagree, you can say this. Do you know other tasks? What do we need to know for other tasks? Again, you will write this cheat sheet on the whiteboard, not me. I will be, how to say, a transducer. I will write, but you will say. So today's goal is that you should work, not me. I won't give you just all equations and you will, hooray, now we have dozens of equations. You need to Google it, you need to find this in your cheat sheet, I mean in your sheets, in your notes. It won't be my work to say you this equation. So let's start from what? What do you prefer, parabola, parabolica, hyperbolica, or ellipse? By the way, I found interesting material, one in Russian, one in English. This one in Russian, it consists of a lot of equations and so on. It might be helpful. And the one in English, попросить Гришу там, меня. Ты ручку поверни. Молодец. Okay. So let's have from параболька. Okay. First of all, what's the main problem with parabola? Because we have two possible cases when we have 4p and 2p. And all the people are confusing about this. In our case, we will use 2p. By the way, is it canonical form or not? You think that yes. What about others? Is it canonical form or not?
No, because you do not have any concepts y0 and 0.
Yes. In real canonical form, you don't have there. You have to replace variables. It will be a mistake in exam. Okay. So let's start. What do we need to write there? It's your cheat sheet. What do we need to know? Directrix. Okay. Equation of directrix.
Y equals to constant.
Y equal to constant. Nice. It's probably a very helpful equation for me during the exam.
Minus Q.
K minus 1 over 4a.
What did you say?
Minus Q over 4.
Okay.
Wasn't like
What did you say?
K minus 1 over 4a.
So you say k minus
1 over 4a.
like this.
4a in that image. I don't know why, because I found it on the
Okay, first of all, what is it k?
K is 0 here.
What's it?
It's in this equation 0 because y minus k square.
So why do we need this key, in your case, k, if in canonical form we don't have any x0, y0? Because when we are converting from one form to another form, you'll just put instead of x, so in this case instead of y, you will put your coordinates, and let's say it will give you leadership. So we have for A. Are you sure that it works like this? What does it mean A? Okay.
For it, it is back from 2B. I don't know.
To B? Where is B there? Can you find it? So guys, it's your work, not mine. I told you I won't say you what to write there. Or we can do it exact as a previous group. We spend half of class to do nothing. That's okay, we have only half of class and we need to add something on the whiteboard. Try to think. Okay, by the way, what does it mean directrix? Probably it's also, probably we should put it there somewhere in our picture. Why do you think it's PL over 2?
Because it was on the tutorial test.
Okay.
It's minus 8. I found it.
Also, I can find there that it's probably we have picture with over 2. Okay. What else? What do we need to know? Without everything, yeah.
Why the reference is figure for because we have vertical the following is here is horizontal, here is
What else? Where is focus? I don't know. Focus, focus. What? So focus is equal to 0. Oh no. I think no.
Replace zero.
Nice.
Because in the tutorial we considered боковая parabola, such as
Okay.
yes.
Why?
what?
No. Picture нормально так. It's wrong parabola. It's not right. It's vertical, not horizontal. Blah blah.
Yes.
Okay. What else?
Simplicity.
Okay. Let's call it not e, but it can be a mismatch with e like equal to 2.7. Let's call it ESC in our case. ESC, okay. ESC, что ESC, eccentricity, нормально.
By the way, is it okay to write y squared equal 4px instead of 2px, like Dr. Rizal did?
Now we have our cheat sheet. You can do whatever you like. It's cheat sheet for this class.
I mean, cannot be considered like canonical form when we write form
Depends
instead of
what do you understand by general form. If all coefficients are 1 in general form, I mean ax squared plus b y squared, etc., then you have to put like 2px, and if you have for some coefficients 2, then it will be 4. It's just factoring out. It depends on what you understand by general form.
Yes. So, okay. What else? What do we need there?
Okay.
Okay. Okay. We wrote focus there.
Okay.
So we should have go again. Okay. What else? Latus rectum. Okay. What is it?
Short passing through
So this one.
no.
So like this.
Yeah.
Знаешь, что еще на это? На человеческое я не знаю, как называется. Okay, how to find out rectum?
You can substitute
Rectum is equal to what?
y equals to pi over.
It's not a, it's a length, it's not about, how to say, it's not equation.
This we can substitute.
I see how you're ready to exam now, guys.
Он же не на этой неделе.
На следующий ничего.
Целых 2 недели.
Они уже 12 ноября, это эта неделя.
Сегодня первое.
А, у нас будет понятно, координаты, да, тоже. So, вот это непонятно. Нет, не было хотя бы непоняточка, это класс. Nice.
You could just write it for us.
No.
Gonna write a length of 4 times.
It's for the
Maybe it is the, yeah, 2p.
The length?
2p.
No, it's
So, some of you want to say 4p, yes? Some of you 2p.
It's the P because we
2p or 4p? Это 4p, да? У нас получается вопрос. Окей.
It's 4a, but 2b.
So, 2p. Okay. So, how can we check it? Because we can. Let's check it because it can be. So let's write y equal to x squared. Do you agree with this? So we want to find.
we stated we wrote y squared equal to 2p.
So focus.
Again.
Yeah. Чего?
Y equal to 2p x squared, we should write.
Да.
Неважно, как я поставлю. Мне не важно, у меня y квадрат или x квадрат. It doesn't matter. In canonical form it doesn't matter.
Это же ось.
Ты видишь, что у нас на картинке типа картинка не соответствует этому. Смотри, там на картинке написано y равно x квадрат.
Здесь равно написано в квадрате равно 2.
Я знаю, это же canonical форма, а это просто у меня конкретная картинка. Ты хочешь поменять? Давайте поменяем. So, minus 0.5 plus 0.5. It will be equal to 1, yes? So, we have, according to this, so 2 pi equal to 1. Pi equal to 0.5. Our distance is equal to 1, so in this case, it will be 2p. This is the right answer. Okay, what else? What do we need to know? Tangent, okay. What about focal parameter? What is focal parameter? What does it mean focal parameter? You have slides, you have everything. Что ты вот сидишь, смеешься, ты можешь сейчас задумать, что такое? Сколько параметров? So what does it mean?
Distance from vertex to focus.
Focus to directrix. So it's equal to P. Nice. Because we have 0, it will be P divided by 2, to directrix also P divided by 2. Why? Because eccentricity equal to 1. It's because of definition. So what do we need also? Да. Yes. Because you should learn it from school. What do we need also? No. Uh-huh. So we need to write about directrix probably. Or directrix and discriminant. A x square plus b xy plus cy square plus what? Is it full general form? What if we want to find that it's parabola? What should be there? It was on 2 slides before this. Давайте интуиция включаем. A or C should be equal to 0, not both. No. And what does it mean? What B show us? Rotation. I cannot rotate my parabola. Okay. So what about directrix? Oh, I put this. What should be there? B square minus what? Yana, you say that. So for the parabola, what it should be? So we have lesser than 0, greater than 0, probably equal to 0, yes. Not sure.
Can't have a situation because A or C equal to 0, so 4 multiplied by A and C equals 0 as well. And if B is not 0, so our discriminant can be equal to 0.
So the property is it should be equal to 0, yes?
Yes.
Nice.
So B should be equal to 0.
Okay. I like it. So what else? Он доказал, что она не может, у тебя по дискриминанту в таком случае у тебя реально не получится, он прав. Но это, если ты прошла, это проверяем. Ты можешь сейчас проверить.
So it should be B and A or C.
According to discriminant, you have B square minus 4AC.
Yeah.
A or C will be forever equal to 0.
A or C and B.
And in this case B, yes, otherwise, because according to the definition, discriminant should be equal to 0. Okay, what do we need to add there? What we didn't add? What about tangent to parabola? Okay, what else? Can we find in different manner? Yeah, think, Google, whatever. I told you I won't say you the answer. Otherwise you won't learn anything. Because you can sit like Nikita with glassy.
No, we can just retrieve some different conventions and operators. For example, the property of rotating planet triangles are equal to the parabola. It's kind of strange property. I don't know how it works, but it works.
So what equation? So
We have a parabola and we have a line where the focus. And if we just ну, что сказать?
давай.
Есть парабола, есть скорее линия, и на ней фокус. Мы от фокуса проводим линию к параболе, и вот эта точка пересечения этой линии параболы, она будет вот этой вертикальной линией, вот так треугольником пересекаться, и получается будет два уголка, такие направления.
So you want to say that we have focus, we have these 2 points.
No,
So
arbitrary point in the parabola.
so this point.
Okay. We just проводим this line.
And
Yes, and from this point to the vertical line, no, beneath, down, yes. We will have a strange triangle, and we will have that these angles will be equal. Maybe it isn't equal, but I don't know.
so at least you propose some interesting concepts. So how can you write it there? So we can put this point M, X, Y. So we have MF. This will be tangent to M. So we have triangle M, F, there. And where is MD? Tangent. How's this triangle called when we have two same angles?
Equilateral.
Equilateral it's сторонние. As safe. Как? Сосредоточение? ISO. Пиши. Вот. ISO. Окей. Nice. What else? Смотрите, тангент. Найдите. Касательно эффектной параболики.
maybe the eccentricity formula of the parabola when y is equal to 1. It's
It's-
m over d, where r is such line from focus to point m, and d is length is the
It's definition for every eccentricity.
latus rectum, well, directrix.
It's definition for every
Yes, m over d.
So
This
QS
this is r, this is d.
вот так вот.
Да.
So it's enough, or we want to add something? Nikita, if you don't want to work, you can go at home. So you didn't propose anything. You didn't even Google, you don't do anything, you just sleep.
I think it's enough. We just can do my parabola.
Okay, so let's take a picture then. Okay.
No transformation.
Now we are going to the ellipse. I think it will be very interesting class for the second group who didn't have class today. Okay, we have ellipse. So where's A, where is B? What's this?
I can this is A and this is B.
Okay, let's have from what eccentricity?
C over N is C.
It should be what? Less than 1?
Bigger than zero or equal. Bigger or equal than zero.
Equal?
Yes, it can be equal to 0.
In this case, it will be a circle.
But this is also an ellipse.
Okay.
C over A. 1 minus b squared over a squared.
Okay. What's mean linear eccentricity?
C. C squared is equal to a squared minus b squared.
I mean, what the ideal?
Distance from the middle point to the focus. Foci.
Focus. Focal point.
Focus.
Foci, it's 2 points, yes, no.
Okay. Focus. Distance from the middle point. This is C.
Okay.
C squared is equal to a squared minus b squared.
What again?
C squared is equal to a squared minus b squared. It's the same, yes.
Okay, what else?
The distance between focuses are the same. This.
I think that is
Не догадаются.
Okay.
Зная свою оценку событий, я могу не догадаться.
To be to see. Okay. Cigarette. Yeah. Two cigarettes. The brothers will be proud of me. Okay. Latus rectum.
2b
2b
squared.
squared over a.
I see who can deserve a higher grade than D. At least you are answering on something. What about f? Except that, except yes, except this. So, yeah, think about this. Are you sure that you're right? It's tricky moment. Focal parameter and focus according to the mid, it's different story. You may see that we have this point equal to 0, 0 usually. And this point, it will be what? Linear electricity, it will be C plus minus C 0. Or, yeah, it's a C I in our case. We met it on the solutions in the previous class, if you open it, but I'm sure that you didn't do this. What else?
The main focus point is such R1 plus R2 are constant.
Nice.
Constant and equals to A.
Yes, exactly. Yes. But what about focal parameter?
For ellipse, it's spread over the square root.
But what is it? Yeah. О, я вижу телеграммы депутатов. Где? В телеграмчике. So, this C or linear electricity, this directrix. This two. And this one is what? Focal parameter. Equation of directrix. Who can say me?
For ellipse,
A over E.
A over eccentricity modulo. Ellipse has
Again.
directrices. X is equal to A over epsilon and to minus A over epsilon.
Do you understand how we can check that it's right? I wrote the same what you said. How? No. See, we know that directrix is positioned far further than F, than focus. And we know that eccentricity should be less than 1. So when we divide it on lesser number, it should be higher than, a little further. So it's correct. So it's there, yes. Or, how can you find this? Focal parameter plus linear eccentricity.
What is the property of the
What do you mean by property?
What is this line?
It's just a line which, how to say, it should be parallel to the minor axis in our case. Actually, just we are defining ellipse or conic sections using directrix. Because you remember it should be, let's say, M to what?
They should be the same?
No,
They should be
it's the same in, how to say, in parabola. Actually, we are finding eccentricity like this. This ratio between this and this. Вот, смотри, in parabola. Focus to the point and point to the directrix. It's equal to 1 is the reason why it's the same.
as this equation
this case they are not the same, but they are equal to electricity.
There what equals to okay, this is what I said. My MK equals to x
Yeah.
multiplied.
Okay. Like, you also mentioned such equations. Let's write it. It might be helpful. So R1 plus R2 equal to 2A. We need to draw them. What else? What do you know? How to find this?
Minus plus minus or plus a 0.
0 plus minus
Again?
A 0 or minus a 0.
plus minus a 0 and 0 plus minus b.
A0.
Yeah.
It's coordinate.
No, not a 0. A as a
As a
coordinate 0.
coordinate plus minus a 0. A and 0. The second part, yes. And 0 plus minus b.
Okay. This one's nice. I found the way. Okay.
But you say yes.
Yes.
You should write that.
Okay, let's try. If you think that it's worth it.
This b is the b is bigger than a.
I think we need to write about directly historical. D. Just D. D b squared minus 4ac should be less than 0. Okay. What else?
Parametrical form.
Probably you don't need it on that one.
Okay.
Do you know where it will be suitable?
What again?
When it can be suitable to you?
There was such task on previous lab that is solved by parametrical form.
Okay, let's write it. What else? Никита? It's not.
Самый входит и разница надо найти, надо кладу там пару,
Да.
Ладно, следующий написание.
Там не наоборот. Градиент делить на 0.
Tangent to ellipse. Мне кажется, с этим жить попроще будет. Will we write this or not?
We can write x squared over a squared plus y squared over b squared is equal cosine squared t plus sine squared t is equal to two different forms. We could write it in the vertical form, or we could write it.
So we write it in parametrical form.
Okay.
Will we write about tangent? Or it's useless for us?
If you don't write it now, Oleg will think that we don't know the formula, and then we come home, write it, and he prepares the task on this formula, and we don't practice.
You already saw the task with about tangent.
Наоборот ушел. Градиент делить на 0.
Easy. Okay. The last one. Hyperbulka on the stage. Yeah, I really like this equation because we have B and C, but there is no B and C at all. Сейчас. Симаша это. Ну, потому что я говорю, что если посмотришь 30 вещей драл, просто сладить все время.
Там внизу есть нормальные формулы.
You see, bam, 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 bam. We have different formulas in different places. Very nice shit. If you don't know what is it, you will receive nice equation. So let's start.
That.
What?
That.
Vertices. Okay.
Minus plus 8 zero.
Foca, I don't know foca. I know foci.
Minus plus 8 zero.
Or
See. Direct.
so we need to write. this is A. How to find B? B is actually tangent to this point from B and C. Also, C is what? C is also distance to the point. Yes, it's funny. Lattice reactant. What about ETC? What it should be? More than one.
Why don't you write something like, I mean, in all the equations we're written before, why do you use the origin and zero? Why don't you consider some coordinate for zero?
Because, again, but as you remember, we are talking about canonical form. When we don't have canonical form, we have transformation. Our A, B will be the same. On the equations will change. Do you agree with it?
Yes.
But can be, when we have a shift, for instance,
On the x minus something is where
we'll just write, we have x prime, and we will just write that x minus 2, for instance.
yes.
We will substitute it in our equation. We will receive what we need. So, what about, where is the directrix there? What the equation of directrix? By directrix.
A over epsilon minus A over epsilon.
It's for what?
Directrix.
Again?
A over epsilon and minus A over epsilon.
Equal to x or equal to y?
X.
X equal to
A over epsilon, where epsilon is eccentricity. Yes.
so where should it be there? In this place or in this place?
Hyperbola. Hyperbola, they are
There.
yes.
Why?
I have absolutely no idea.
Because
Eccentricity is more than one. Yes.
здесь молодец. Это, ну, наконец-то. А вот говоришь, что совсем. Окей. What about focus, focus? Or what about asymptotes?
Y is equal to B over A multiplied by X. And minus B over A multiplied by
Again, y equal to
plus minus B X over A.
like this?
Yes.
Nice. What about directrix? Discriminant, yes. Okay. What we didn't get?
can you also add the distance between the focus and the point on the graph?
Focus and point of
And the point on the graph.
distance between focus and
And
point
the point on the graph.
and
And its distance. Now for this distance, it's absolute value of x epsilon minus h.
so we need to take some point there, yes?
Yes.
I took m
And the distance between f and m is equal to absolute value of x times epsilon minus h.
like this. No,
And absolute value of it.
there is y.
I don't know what.
Who knows this equation? It was a Septish equation. Let's check this equation.
The formula in the form that
Let's check it. Let's make a hyperbolic. So we need to take any point, yes? Let's take it there. Okay, take it. After this, we need to find distance, yes? Distance. B for C, A. Bam. We found it. Now I'll go to... А, нет, это не интересно, что-то получилось вот так. Вот. And you said that we need to take X. То есть C1. Root минус 1. То есть 1, 41 умножаем Ну, вот это расстояние, которое говорит дистанция, что должно получиться. Работает. It works. Okay. So we finally probably add all equations that we have. The second question is following. So, did you ask? So I'd like to look at how do you think? Did you see how I wrote equations? Let's, for instance, try to put in GeoGebra equation from the second task. The question is following. I am asking you as a programmers, can we code it all equations? So GeoGebra somehow, as you see, I wrote extracity and it shows me the answer. I wrote anything. Now we know that we can do it in canonical form. Yes? So how it works inside? Do you think that it transformed to canonical form? Or how it works? So why we are not using it there?
Because it's simpler for us as humans.
So we have such equation. I can write measure axis like one measure, or for what else? Extracity, and so on. What work it fast? Does it work fast or not?
Fast enough.
It's fast. Or why do you think no? I just wrote equation. It showed me the answer. So do you think that it transforms? Okay. What other thing? I'm not asking you the right answer. I'm asking how do you think, because actually I found out this when I was in previous year and I taught this course.
I think
I think there is formula can found electricity and or other things from general equation, but it's easier because it's computer.
yeah, I agree.
Like if you want to multiply 13 by 20 or 25, it's easier for computer, but it's harder for us.
GeoGebra doesn't need a transformation to sort out.
So guys, if you open conic section, you can find eccentricity
Yeah.
and conversion to canonical form without any challenging. The main problem there that you don't know what does it mean eigenvalues and eigenvectors. But is it a really problem for you if you just need to use equation? If you already have how to find these lambdas? I didn't say that you need to use it, but my goal was to show that actually, as a programmers, you need to try to understand how it works inside. And when I look at the GeoGebra, I understood that it works much faster than when I am converting to transform from general to canonical form. That probably it should work a different way, because the professor didn't say me that, and nobody said that it works in general form. And I just investigated using GeoGebra. I look at this, I understood that it worked very fast. Because when you try to solve several nonlinear equations, of course it will be not so fast. In this case, it's just on the fly. You click and it's already give you an answer.
It's the same like solving algebraic equations. You can, I mean, there are two ways of solving it. Using discriminant formula, or you can just factor out full square. I don't remember.
But so do you want to say that we can do it in
Any
machining
case.
way? Can we take
I
a
mean,
full
you can
square in
derive-
machining way?
You can derive formula.
How? Do you think that it's
If you're giving coefficients, you can find like, okay, if
so if it exists, why we are not giving it to you?
what
That
this formula?
yes.
Because it's stupid and we don't understand what's happening behind the scenes.
Do you understand what's happening in such formulas? As I understood, you don't understand because we spent a lot of time to, okay, what does it mean latus rectum, what is it unity? So do you want to say me that when your angle will be, for instance, okay, if you know, actually I already provide you how to solve that, could we solve the second task? Could you say me the angle and try to receive complete angle? So, I mean, complete form, canonical form. So, first of all, what are you doing? You need to find angle, because we have big coefficient, yes? So, what it will be there? Let's write it together. Do you remember how to find the angle?
I don't know.
It was in previous class.
A minus C over B.
This equation. And Ivanov derived it for you for couple of class. Let's put it there. So A will be what? For simple okay. 7 sine to alpha plus could you say me the tangent of 2 alpha and after this work is you can check this angle. Good luck. If you wanna, so we had such problem on final exam or on test 2, as I mentioned on the previous class, when I made the mistake with 2b's, and after this the people receive not the nice numbers like 45 degrees or something like this. They receive this, and they're starting to solve this. You won't solve it using this method which you should use, and I mean, in common manner.
Calculators.
Your goal to receive the full square, complete square. How you will receive it when you have a tan, that what it's cosine, a tan good luck, sure. отсюда полный квадрат не выразишь. You may try to do it at home, the second task. Через эту формулу? Можно, и на самом деле там красиво получается. This task, because you have over 8, but if you don't know this, you have to handle with this. Yes, exactly, she did the same.
После которых просто одна хрень превращается в совершенно непонятную другую хрень. Но это равносильно.
But in this case, when you're using this, you will solve this task on the fly. I did it in, I'll say, when I prepared to this class, I did it in 10 minutes. So I just wanted to show you that there are general equations, you can find them, and they can help you to convert X to this form. But the problem with this form that you don't receive origin shift, I mean the center, and not you're receiving the angle. But you can receive angle from this equation if you need it. And after this, you need to figure how to work with it. To sum up, now we covered all equations and we covered the algorithm. So you need to convert to to canonical form. After this, use such equations. How to convert to this form? It was on previous club. You may see it there. So that's it for today.